Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Go ahead and double tap on my screen real quick as y'all are coming into the room. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing this morning? It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning. Yeah, I know if I wake up, I start that, I was about to say start that crying. I start that singing. Y'all know what type of day that we about to have over here on Morning Walk and Worship. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand Rising, Rich Rising. Happy new day to each and every one of you guys. Hoping and praying that you guys are in y'all best mood this morning, man. We were over in Galatians this morning over there in devotion. And when I tell y'all that it was, oh my God, it was really, oh my God. So we was over in Galatians, man. And one thing that I'm going to say about that is the fact that Jesus asks in this Bible so many different times about us behaving foolishly. I think that that's enough to give us that eye-opening or that light bulb moment where we say, yo, maybe we need to check our behavior. Maybe we need to check the way that we show up in life. Maybe we need to check ourselves real good, because I'm telling you, he always say something about somebody doing something foolishly or behaving in a foolish manner in some type of way. So I think, you know what I'm saying, for me, it just kind of stood out like, yo, that's crazy, because he always does. But in Galatians, we're talking about, you know, when you're operating out of self and when you're operating out of the spirit, when you're operating with that Christ conscious, you know what I'm saying, that right there, that should be something that you're operating in a day-to-day thing. This is not something that you pick up on Monday and then decide, oh yeah, well, I'm not going to do it on Tuesday and I'm good and I got it and I got it well enough to do it by myself. This is not how that works. Thank you so much, Benny Simpson. This is not how that works. This is not, I'm going to do it every other day, or I'm going to do it whenever I feel like it. I'm going to tell you the same thing that I've told my chosen family, and I've told this to them multiple times. Understand me, your spiritual life, you should treat the same way that you treat the prescriptions that you get when you go get so sick. Because see, some of us, we got to be dog sick to go to the doctor. When you get so sick that you go to the doctor, when you be so sick that you say, you know what, I'm going, and you want them to give you your medication. When they give you your medication, the instructions on there is for you to do what? To take it until it's gone. The instructions is on there to tell you how many to take at what hour, you know what I'm saying, what to take it with, if you need to take it with milk, if you need to take it with food, or however you need to take it, and you follow those instructions. Why do you follow those instructions? You follow those instructions because you want to give the best results. Come on, man, y'all need to put it in your notes real quick. Why do you follow those instructions? Because you want to get the best results, right? You follow the instructions of the physician because you want to get the best results. But it's the same thing in your spiritual life as well. On your spiritual journey as well, you have to follow the instructions. Come on, that's worth note taking right there. You have to follow the instructions so that you're able to get the best results. You're not going to get the best results on your spiritual journey if you halfway doing the journey. You're not going to get the best results on your job if you halfway doing your job. You're not going to have the best type of relationship if you halfway doing the relationship. If you want the best out of anything, you have to be willing to follow the instructions. You have to do it all the way through. So if you're not going to take your medication, right, and you're not going to follow what the physician tell you, and you start to feel better in a couple of days, so you say, oh, I ain't going to take the rest because I'm already feeling good, so I just go ahead, I can make it from here. Then 2 or 3 days later, you sicker than what you were to begin with. Now you find yourself back at the physician because you're like, oh my God, and this time it's 10 times worse. And the first thing that they're going to ask you is, did you take everything? If you ever been to the doctor, they're going to ask you, did you take the medication? How did the medication work out for you? Because they need to know, do I need to give you a higher dosage or do I need to give you something else? And the problem be, you get halfway through what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and then you start going your own way. You start doing your own thing. Oh, I got it from here. I ain't got to do that no more. I got it from here so I can just move like that. This is what we do when it comes down to our physical health. Understand me, not understanding that that same thought process that you have with your physical health is the same thought process that some folk have with their spiritual health as well. When they going through whatever it is that they going through, they take taking all the meds. Understand me? They over there working on their life. They need all the word that they can get. Do you hear me? They in every prayer group. They in every prayer call. They over there doing every meeting. They at every conference. They over here doing this, that, and the third. They magically have the time, the energy, and the effort to get involved in everything when their life is falling apart. But the moment that they start to see daylight again, the moment that things start to look up for them again, the moment that they start to feel a little bit better, then all of a sudden they start falling off the wagon bit by bit, piece by piece, until all of a sudden you don't see them the way that you used to see them, right? Until when? Until something else happens. This is not a journey of doing it when you feel like it, doing it when it's convenient for you, doing it when things are going wrong in your life. That's not what this is about. I'm talking about really, really, really changing your life. I'm talking about really, really, really getting locked in. Understand me? Locked in so tight in your life and what you got going on that you don't let nothing separate you. Understand me? I'm talking about to the point where you wake up and the first thing that you think about when you wake up is getting into prayer. The second thing that you wake up thinking about is going over there, making sure that you're following your morning routine. Why? Because this is something that I do that is beneficial to me on a spiritual level. Understand me? On a spiritual level. This right here, this thing that I do every day, this is what you have to tell for. Baby, what it is that I do every day, this right here, that right there, that matters to me. You have to treat your spiritual life like it matters to you, like it's a priority for you, like it's important to you. Not like it's just something that you do conveniently when things are going wrong in your life or when you are standing in the need of something in your life, right? This is not that. You have to prioritize this thing if you want to get the best results. You have to work at this thing every day if you want to get the best results. You have to be committed to this thing every day if you want to get the best results. Understand me? You have to take in that word on a regular basis if you want to get the best results. And it says, you're going to be known by the fruit that you bear. What's your fruit? Your fruit is your life. You're going to be known by the fruit that you bear. The Bible speaks about you being known by your fruit. Your fruit is what? It's your life. It's your life. It's your life. That's worth notes taking. I know I didn't do an intro and all of that. I'll get back to it. I just wanted to get this off of my brain. I want to get that off my brain. This right here is just me. Just me talking to you real quick, because I need you guys to understand as we continue to get into this thing, right? That the importance of you actually prioritizing your spiritual life and taking it, you know what I'm saying, and taking it very seriously so that you can actually get the outcome of this thing that you really and truly want. Sometimes we want great things, but we're not willing to do great work, and that right there is going to pose a problem. Do you hear me? Sometimes you want great things. You want God to do big things in your life. You want God to move in a mighty way in your life. You want God to show up like he's never shown up in your life before, but you're not willing to do the necessary work to get him there. Do you hear me? To get that thing that you want. You want to go big, you want to do big, but you don't want to do the work that is required for those big things. You have to really buckle yourself down in this thing. If you want the best results, you have to do the work. You have to follow the instructions from start to finish. Understand me? When it says you're known by the fruit that you bear, what's coming from you? What's coming from your life? What is it that you're producing? Understand me? Because when people see you, they're going to see your life. When people see you, they see your life. Even though you can chit, you can do all of that talking, but people are watching you. Those who are wise, they're not listening to a word that you're saying. Those that are wise, they're not listening, they're watching. Understand me? Those that are wise, they don't listen to what you say, they watch you. They watch what you do. They watch how you live. They watch how you show up. Understand me? They watch your mannerism. Understand me? They're peeping the aura that's around you. They're peeping the energy that is around you. You have to know, those that are wise, we hear your words, but we watch your actions way more than we listen to your words, because it's just a fact. Come on, double tap on that screen. Let's get into it. This is Morning Walk, Word, and Worship. Where we get it in every single day, y'all. I don't know why this one looks fuzzy. I've wiped it off already, but it's still got like a little fuzz to it. I do apologize for that. I tried to get it clear, but for some reason it's not doing it for me this morning. But good morning to each and every one of you guys. And I just want to say to you guys on today, it's a beautiful morning. It is a beautiful morning. It is a great day to give God the honor, to give him the praise, to give him the glory on today, guys. So if you just simply excited about being here on this beautiful Monday, do me a favor and double tap on my screen. Go ahead and send me some love. If you excited about just being here on today, having the activities of your limbs, right? Having the activities of your limbs, being clothed in your right mind, having breath in your body, God just simply choosing you in spite of you on today. If you just excited for who God is and what he's doing right now in your life, do me a favor and double tap on my screen real quick. Double tap on my screen. Can I get 10 badges on IG real quick? IG, can I get some love over on IG? Thank you so much, Miss D. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Miss Driver. You must have already had it coming. We got 1 badge. I need to get 9 more badges over there on IG. This is Walk, Word, and Worship. When you get your 3 wins a day right here, that is a mental win, a physical win, and a spiritual win right here with your girl Street Poet and the Chosen Family. We do this every single morning from Monday to Friday, starting around 8:10, from 8:10 until 9:30, sometimes 10 o'clock. If that thing get real good, we have to hang out for a moment, right? So yes, this is what we do Monday through Friday. This is our motivational and inspirational hour, also known as this is virtual church, right? Also known as virtual church for some folk, right? This is what we do every single day. Thank you so much, Gigi McGross. I appreciate you so much over there. We got 2 badges. We need 8 more badges over there on IG. Double tap on that screen. Okay, TikTok. I ain't doing no type of playing with folk today. I see y'all. One thing y'all gonna do is get it done. I see y'all over there. Y'all already at 16K. Double tap on that screen. We might as well get to 20K over there on TikTok. Yeah, good morning. Good morning in this virtual church. So y'all know on the right side is our praisers, right? So whenever you see the red lady dancing across the chat, they are on the right side of the church and they getting their praise on. When you see the worshiping hands like this inside the chat, that means you on the left side of the chat. The left side of the chat is where my worshipers are, right? My praisers on the right, my worshipers on the left. And if you happen to see somebody, right? If you happen to see somebody and they got the praising, they got the worshiping hands and the dancing hand, then the worshiping hand, that means that they're in the middle of both. They sit right there in the aisle. They sit right there, that middle aisle, and it ain't safe right there. I'm telling you right now, because you don't never know what's going to happen in there. They might take off running. You know what I'm saying? They might take off praising. They might take off worshiping. It goes down all over the church, but that middle section, you just never know what's going to happen, right? So yeah, if you're a praiser and you go to the praise section, that's what you known to do, right? But sometimes you just don't know what's going on in that moment. So you like, let me church finger, put my finger up and slide on over there real quick. You know what I'm saying? I know I seen some of y'all got y'all, let me slide on over to the middle section because it's a good day today, huh? It's a good day. It's a good day. I promise you it's a good day. I absolutely love you guys. Happy Mother's Day one more time for all the mothers that's in the chat. I did tell you guys yesterday, but we wasn't live, so I'll tell you guys one more time. Happy Mother's Day. Every day is Mother's Day because definitely want to show that love and appreciation for those who make the sacrifices for us on a regular basis. I love you guys. And y'all know we started 2 weeks ago on Christ Conscious, and every time I try to get out of Christ Conscious, God gives me something else to get back over here in this thing, right? So we're going to go, I'm going to do a little summary. We're going to go up to peace of mind, which is what we talked about on last week, right? We talked about peace of mind, and I'm going to skim through peace of mind, and I'm going to get on into the next couple of things that I'm going to be talking about. Is that all right with y'all? Is that all right? Talk back to me in this chat real quick. If that's all right, go ahead and grab your notepads. Those of you who are here, get your notepads, get your ink pens and all of that. This is going to be a great time to go over your notes, to verify your notes, to make sure. Hey, Kara, how you doing, sis? You know what I'm saying? To make sure that, hey, take on Tifa too. Good morning, Tifa. Good morning, Kara. How y'all doing this morning? Listen. So this will be a good time for you to go over your notes real quick, right? Good time to go over your notes real quick. So let's get into it real quick. She says, we got to get over here and get into it. We got to get over here and get into this word, man. I'm telling you, this is why I tell you it's so important to be sensitive to the spirit, because I've been ready to go on to something else. I had something else that I wanted to teach, right? I had something else that I wanted to teach, but when this is not your thing, it don't belong to you. So when you show up, you have to show up and you have to do what you're instructed to do. And I promise you, for the past 2 weeks, we've been doing Christ conscious, right? And every single time I get ready to get off this video, it's guaranteed that I see somebody in the chat, all throughout the video saying that word was for me. I needed that. I needed that reminder. I needed that confirmation. I needed to be told that, right? It's somebody in that chat. So that's how we know that word, it was for somebody. And I would much rather do what he want me to do than for me to get up here and do what I want to do. And me doing what I want to do don't benefit nobody. Understand me? So we got 3 weeks. We back in Christ conscious, y'all. We can't move from it yet. We got some more stuff to do. You have to be obedient. You have to be obedient. You have to be committed, right? This is just what it is. His will every single time, Gigi. His will every single time. So I'm gonna skim over peace of mind, because that was one of the last things that we talked about last week. So that way we can fully flow through this thing, right? So y'all go ahead and grab your notes and your top part of your highlight, and in that section is going to be peace of mind. And when I was speaking about peace of mind last week, I was telling you guys that once you start operating with that Christ conscious, then you start to operate with a mindset of peace, right? Which means no matter what it is that you're dealing with, no matter what your circumstance is, no matter how dark that place may be for you, you will find peace in that situation, because your mind is stayed on him. Understand me? So when you're operating with the peace of mind, you're operating, trusting and believing in those 4 things that Coach told you about the first week. The first week that we got into Christ conscious, I said, y'all got 4 things I want y'all to keep in the front part of your mind. Those 4 things I want you guys to take all the way through from 2 weeks ago all the way through the rest of your life. What were those 4 things? Those 4 things, I gave you 4 things. That's right, Crystal Love. God is aware is one of them. Denise, you're right. God is aware and God is in control. That's the second one. I need the last 2. I need my last 2. I see God is aware and God is in control. God is with us. And when God is with you, you will what? You will succeed. God is aware. What is he aware of? He's aware of. There you're right. There you go, Kira. There you go. Oh, yeah, they ain't playing with me. They like, coach, you ain't gonna get us 2 times. We got you. Okay, that's all I needed to know. I see y'all. BK Danielle, I see you over there. Okay, come on, Leola. I see y'all. That's right. Put it inside the chat. Put it in the chat. There we go, right there. Thank you for that pen over there on TikTok. I appreciate that highlight. There we go. Let's get to it. So as long as we have those 4 things in the front part of our mind, it's going to change the way that we wait on God. It's going to change the way that we go through trials and tribulations. It's going to change the way that we deal with day-to-day struggles. It's going to change the way that we respond to life's unexpected blows. And I'm going to explain it to you one more time. I'm going to explain it to you. It's going to change all of those things. I know we got some new people on the live and they're like, wait a minute, how is that going to change that? That right there, that don't sound right. I'm going to show you exactly how it changes it, right? It changes it because we say what? Number 1 is God is aware. When you are operating with that Christ conscious, and we're talking about the peace of mind, when you're operating with that Christ conscious, you acknowledge the fact that God is what? He's aware of what it is that you're dealing with. When you acknowledge that he's aware of what it is that you're dealing with, now you find a sense of peace, because you know God is in control. You know God is what? There's nothing impossible for him. And as long as he knows what you're dealing with, then he's also what? He's also in control of the outcome, which means even though I know that I'm in this storm and I'm dealing with this heartache, I'm dealing with this pain, I know my daddy is in control of the outcome. That means that however he see fit is what's going to happen in this moment. If he's going to bring me out, he's going to bring me out. But if he's coming in, then he's coming in. But either way, I'm going to be all right. Right? Either one or two things. He either going to bring me out or he's coming in. Either one or two things is going to happen in that situation. Either he's going to bring me out or he's going to come in. Right? With the children of Israel, he did what? He set them free. Right? He freed them from Pharaoh. When it came down to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, he came into the fiery furnace with them. There's going to be things that's going to happen inside of your life. I know my church folk just, chill. Yes, I was. I got home early yesterday. I watched a little bit of a movie, but I showed up, got into that word. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, we like it over here, y'all. We like, I want you to know. Yeah, so I need for you to understand that God is going to do one of two things, right? God is going to do one of two things. He's either going to come into where you are, or he's going to free you from where you are. And when you're operating with Christ conscious, then you realize that he's aware and he's also in control. So your mindset is no longer, I'm going to sit, whine, cry, and complain about what's happening in my life. No, I'm just going to be so connected to the Most High that I don't do what? That I don't miss my moment. Because me whining, crying, and complaining, having an adult temper tantrum is a distraction. So God may have opened the door, but then I don't know that the door is open because I got too many tears in my eyes. God may have already made a way, but I don't know that God has made a way because I haven't gotten up from that place of pity. Understand me? So I've been sitting in the place of pity that I don't even realize that he's already opened the door, that he's already made a way, that the opportunity is already there. Why? Because I fail at my part. What is our part? Work. WORK. Put it inside my chat. Every single platform, all three platforms, work. You have to work while you wait. You have to work while you wait. So while I'm in that situation, right, going through what I'm going through, I acknowledge the fact that God is aware and he's also in control of the outcome of this situation. He's going to do what? One or two things that's worth the red ink. He's either going to do what? He's going to either bring me out or he's going to come in. When he freed the children of Israel, he brought them out of bondage, right? He brought them out of bondage. But when it came down to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, he came into the fiery furnace with them. And I believe that God gives us these illustrations because he wants us to know that he's capable of doing both. She said, my God, on the day. Yeah. What did you say? He be flexing. Hold up, he be flexing because I think that he wants us to know that he's able. See, if he only would have showed us one way, then we would only thought that he could only do it just one way. But he has a habit of showing us that he is able. That there's nothing that we are going to go through that he does not have the power and the authority, understand me, to get to us and to bring us either out of it or to come in it, right? Come in it with us to fix whatever needs to be fixed inside of that situation. If you read these stories, right, when he freed the children of Israel, they walked on dry land. Understand me? He rolled back the river, he rolled back the ocean, he rolled back the water so that they can part on dry land. The emphasis was on dry land. Why did they put dry land in there, Coach? Why did that even matter? Why did it matter? It mattered because they wanted us to understand his power, that he can take something that was soaking wet and he can dry all the wetness out of it. Understand me? He was showing us his power. Anybody that's ever walked on sand, we know how it is to walk on sand, right? They were showing us his power. When we read the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and them being inside of the fiery furnace, I think that they put the emphasis on the fact that nothing on them was singed, that they didn't even smell like smoke. I feel like they was giving us that information. Again, just hold me for a second. Listen, I believe that they put the emphasis on that because they was again showing us his power. They were showing us his power, that even though they were inside of the fiery furnace, understand me, they're inside the fiery furnace. How in the world did they come out of the furnace and they don't have a scent of smoke on them? How is it that they've been walking around in the fiery furnace and not a hair on their head have been shriveled from the heat? How in the world is that happening when the guards that was taking them up, they was melting? Understand me, they was sweating. Understand me, they was passing out because the furnace was turned up 7 times hotter than what it normally was. So understand this, they are all Every single story is showing his power. His power. So how is it that we have all of these examples, but we're not using his power? Oh my God. Oh, wait. I know y'all clutching pearls this morning. Give me a second. But why you don't use that power? He's like, wait a minute. You use me how you see me. And because you don't see me and my power, you don't honor my power, you don't tap into my power, it's the reason why you don't utilize my power in its fullness. Understand me? He says, I put the illustrations right there in the book. I gave you the parables. I told you I've done great things, but greater things that you are going to be able to do. I told you that out of my own mouth. It's not my fault that you're not operating in that power or that authority. It's not my fault that you're not living the life that you're deserving to be living. It's not my fault that you're still over there in survival mode. It's not my fault that you're still over there scraping the bottom of the barrel. That ain't got nothing to do with me. What that got to do with? That got to do with you and your decision making. That's your divine right of choice that you're dealing with over there. The problem ain't me. The problem is you. My love, you not stuck. You staying. Understand me? Stuck and staying. It's not the same thing. It's not the, okay, well, you can't just throw that out there like, Coach, give them time to write. Write it. Yeah, I know. It was I didn't plan to go back to this, but okay, listen, the stuck and stay ain't the same thing. Y'all be confusing it, and on this morning, I want to dismantle that. I just want to break that down for you. Stuck and staying ain't the same thing. It ain't yet. Some of y'all are not stuck. You're choosing to stay. You're in the situation that you're in. Lily, I got him. Just hold on. I need for you to know. You're making a conscious decision within yourself to say that you're going to stay inside of that situation. You're going outside of your way and you're creating excuse after excuse after excuse, reason after reason after reason of why you are in that situation. You are not stuck, you're staying. Yeah. Okay, see, I knew she was gonna be in the middle of the aisle. She over there running already. Give her a second. She don't know how to act when she come to virtual church. We but 20 minutes in. God dog. Hold on. See, See, that's the thing. See, the more excuses that you make to stay in what is no longer servicing your greater good, the longer that you are adding to the time of you being down bad. So you see what I'm saying? So when you sit over there and you see that something is not good for you, that you see someone is not good for you, when you see the job ain't good for you, when you see that it's destroying you, your peace, your joy, your love, when it's preventing you from being able to live a full life, and you continue to be in that situation already knowing that right there, that's a decision. You're utilizing your divine right of choice to say that this is where I want to be. You're not stuck, you're staying. Understand me? And the reason why we say that is because you still have breath in your body. You still have activities of your limbs. You still clothed in your right mind, right? So the same way that you got into that, you can get out of that and you can get into something else, but it's going to require work. Understand me? Capital W, capital O, capital R, capital K. It's going to require what? It's going to require work. And that's what folk don't want to do right there. If I leave this man, if I leave this woman, then I'm going to have to get another job because they be paying this. And so go ahead, go to work, baby. Understand me? Go to work. Well, I got kids and I got to figure this and that. Yeah. And they have assistance for certain things like that, right? They got the after school programs. Also utilize your village, right? Some folks might say, well, I don't have a village like that. I understand that if you don't have a village like that, that's why they got the programs. But you have to actually reach out to the programs. The programs ain't gonna reach out to you. You have to get up and do the WORK. You have to be willing to do the work. I said this back in 2022, 2023. You're going to live on whatever level of life that you settle for. You are going to live on whatever level of life that you settle for. If you want something more out of your life, you're going to have to get up and do the WORK. If you want to change something in your life, you're going to have to get up and do the WORK. If you're not satisfied in your relationships, in your friendships, in your family ships, and you know that this is you settling in any way, it's going to require you to get up and do the WORK. We have got to stop, right? We got to stop with the laziness, with the procrastination, with the excuse making, with all the reasons of why we don't have and we can't do. And you're going to have to do the WORK. You're going to have to do it. Because you not doing it is you staying. You are not stuck, but staying. You're not stuck, but staying. This is what we have to understand. We want things, but not willing to do the WORK to get the things that we say that we want. We want to be in and out, hot, then cold, then up and down, and when it's convenient, but then you still want the best results. That's not how this is going to work. This spiritual journey is going to require your attention. This spiritual journey is going to require WORK. It's going to require that from you on a regular basis. But a lot of times, again, getting back into power, right? We don't utilize God's in his fullness. We don't acknowledge his power. We don't acknowledge what it is that he's able to do in our life. Understand me? We don't acknowledge that. We only see him as being this when we need that, and that's it. And he's saying, wait a minute, I never told y'all that I can only do this. I said that I can do all things. I said I can do all things. The person that keeps putting me in a box is you. You have to take God out of that box. When it came down to the children of Israel, he set them free. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, he did what? He went into the fiery furnace. And I think when they put the emphasis on them walking on the dry land, and the emphasis on them not smelling like smoke, right? And not having any singed hair, is them showing us his power, showing us exactly what it is that he's capable of. They were showing us that he's able to protect us in any type of environment, no matter how wet the environment is, or matter how hot the environment is, that he's able to protect you no matter what. It says, no matter what, I'm able to shield you. I'm able to protect you. I'm able to make sure that you're okay. So I'm aware, and I'm also in control. Right? I'm also in control of this thing. Folks can go outside of their way and they can talk until their tongue hurt. They can say whatever it is that they want to say. Let me talk to you for a second. They can say whatever it is that they want to say. They can put you in some of the toughest, some of the roughest spots. But guess what? They ain't got nothing on what it is that I'm able to do in your life. Understand me? They can lie all they can lie. They can come up with whatever story that they want to come up with. But whatever it is that I'm going to do in your life, I'm going to do it in your life. And not only am I going to do it, I'm going to do it right there in front of them. Understand me? What you say, Coach? I'm going to do it right there in front of them. They're going to have front row seats to the blessings that I'm about to give to you. They're going to have front row seats to the transformation that I'm about to bring into your life. They're going to get front row seats of being able to seeing you succeed, to see you grow and evolve and heal from the things that they sent you away. Understand me? They're going to get front row seats to see that every single assignment that they sent to destroy you, to distract you, to take you out, they're going to see firsthand right there, like none of those things have the victory, because when you are in alliance with me, it says greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So as long as it's just me and you, and we rocking out together, and you are in alignment with me, and you are consistent, you are obedient, you are following through, you ain't even got to worry about this world. This whole entire world can be against you, and they all gonna take the same fall. My God, they all gonna take the same. They all gonna take the same fall. Understand me? Like, you do know that, right? So in other words, why are you so concerned about what folks saying and what folk doing and how folk feeling about you? These folks ain't got a heaven or hell to put you in. Understand me. Why are you worried about what these folks saying, what these folks thinking, and what they whispering about? As long as they keeping it to themselves and not bringing it to you, it don't even matter, right? Because if it's not directed, then it's not respected anyway. Baby, if you could chit chat all y'all do is chat. All y'all do is chat. Inbox, send message, do it. Keep that negative energy, that gossiping, that spirit, keep that over there. Don't even bring that to me. And from now on, I want you to look at that as as a sign of respect. Wait a minute, let me finish something, and then I'm going back to that real quick, right? I want you to understand. So when we say that God is in control and God is aware, He's aware of what you're going through, and He's in control of what you're going through. He's in control of the outcome. So in both of those situations, they were able to come out. And not only that, when we say that God is with you, you will succeed. In both of those situations, God was with them. He was the one that was given the guidance. He was given the instructions, and this is how they were able to succeed. So God is aware, God is in control, and when God is with you, always with you, you will succeed. Those are your 4 things. Keep them in the front parts of your mind, right? So what we have to always understand in these situations is that God is omnipresent. He's everywhere all the time. Understand me. So He's never too busy to come and make sure that you're good. He's never too busy to come lay hands on the sick. He's always right there. You're never waiting on Him. You're never waiting on Him. You are never waiting on Him. I'm going to learn you something. Give me a second. You're never waiting on Him. Some of y'all say, well, yes, I am, because I was waiting. No. What He told Habakkuk was that there's an appointed time. You are not waiting on God. You're waiting on the appointed time. Your time and God's time is not the same. What you need done in your life has already been done. Come on. You're not waiting on God. What God has done, is doing in your life is already done. Understand me. He gives us what we need before we actually need it. We live life backwards. We go through things in our life. And after we go through those things, then we realize at the end why we went through it already. What's supposed to happen has already happened, right? But majority of times we don't see it because we're so distracted with life. The only way that you're able to see what needs to be seen in those moments is if you are in alignment with the Most High, is if you are in touch with Him, if you have an intimate relationship with Him. We ain't talking about the one night standers, okay? Hey, Takesha, how you doing this morning, sweetheart? Yeah, that was messy. I'm gonna drink my water, but yeah, can I get 200 stars on Facebook? Can I get 200 stars? I should have asked. I should say, can I get 200 before I said that? Hold on a minute. Double tap on my screen. Can I get into it? Can I get 2 teddy bears on TikTok? TikTok, y'all giving me teddy bears today. Whoa! I'm drinking the water. Never. Hey. I'm not gonna repeat that. No, none of y'all messy folk talk about no rewind. Go ahead on. They messy on TikTok sometimes. They messy. They messy over there sometimes. I'm gonna drink the water. They be being messy, y'all. They be being messy over there. So I be having y'all. Thank you, Anissa. Appreciate you. She says I'm big on. Appreciate you. I'm drinking the water. Hold on. Hey Morgan, how you doing this morning? How you doing? This right here is for the people who look at Net. Look at Net talking about no repeat it, coach. Look at LaShonda and Crystal Love. Y'all is not right. Ooh, y'all is messy today. I'm trying to be on my best behavior. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? This right here, this is for those who have that intimate relationship with Christ, right? That intimate relationship where you're seeking His face on a daily, where y'all have that relationship where y'all talk together, y'all sit together. This ain't for the one night standers. This ain't for y'all. Understand me? So you won't get it. You won't understand it. You'll miss your moment. You'll miss your mark because you only tap in when you want something, right? You only tap in. You only call when you want something. You only show up when you want something. So you don't have that relationship there of I'm here all the time. Understand? I'm here all the time. I'm talking to you over all the time. And when you're that close knitted with a person, you watching your life unfold piece by piece. And the more that you watch your life unfold piece by piece, what are you doing? You aligning your steps, right? You aligning your life to fit what God has already shown you. A person that what God has already shown you. You have insight when you're operating with Christ conscious and you're developing an intimate relationship with the Most High, and y'all are walking and talking, you're studying, you're fasting, you're praying with Him on a regular basis. God will not have you ignorant. Understand me? What you say, Coach? God will not have you ignorant. So when you're saying, oh yeah, I'm waiting on my next move, I'm waiting for my next instruction, you're already operating in that already, right? You're just waiting on God to say, oh, okay, this is what I'm doing next, right? And it always comes in a phone call, a letter in the mail, something will happen, say, boom, that's it. And you know that that's it by the way that it feels. What do you mean? Because it goes right in there perfectly. Placed right there together, perfectly placed right there together. When you start operating with Christ conscious, your life just simply places itself. It places itself. It goes right where it's supposed to go. You don't plan nothing out. Folk be asking you, how did you get here? How did you start doing this? You don't even know how you start doing what you're doing. You just got up one day and you start doing it, and then you enjoyed how it felt when you was doing it, and you just kept doing it and kept doing it over and over because it was something that you thoroughly enjoyed, and you felt full from doing it. You felt satisfied from doing it. And then all of a sudden you noticed that the thing that you was doing, it was providing a service for other folk. So now other people are benefiting from that particular thing that you're doing. And so now that thing that you enjoy doing, and you do it because you enjoy doing it, is now a service. And we were all created to do what? We were all created to serve. Our gifts and our talents is not for us. Our gifts and our talents is for who? It's for the people that are receiving it from us, right? So when musicians make music, they make music because they enjoy making music. But who enjoys the music? The listeners. The musicians, they make the music and they love making the music, but their music is a gift to the listeners. Understand me? This is what we were created to do. This is what we were created to do. When we're operating with the mindset of Christ, we start to see life different, do life different, move in life different. We understand that we have more power and authority than what we really thought that we had, which then turns around and do what? It gives us a peace of mind. Put it inside the chat. I just want y'all to put peace of mind. Peace of mind. When we start to see God as the God that He is, right, in all His fullness, then what? That gives us the peace of mind. Put it in all the chats. Double tap on my screen. Hit that share button on TikTok and Facebook. Hit that share button for me. That's what gives us that peace of mind. We get a peace of mind the more that we're studying His word, get in alignment with His word, the more that we're sharing space with Him. We develop a peace of mind because we see the miracles that He's performing. We see the things that He's doing. We are studying Him. So now we know Him, we trust Him, and it's the same way that it is when you're in a relationship with somebody, right? At first, when you come around them, y'all might be tiptoeing around each other a little bit, because you don't really know them like that. And then every time that y'all spend more time together and more time together, then guess what? Before, you wouldn't come around them unless you had your hair all done. Your hair will be done, your makeup will be done, all of that. You wasn't coming to see them. You wasn't going to do none of that unless your stuff was all the way together, right? You wasn't going to do it, right? So then as you get comfortable with them, let's say 2 or 3 months then pass now, right? So now y'all then start coming over to each other's house, and it's mad early in the morning. So you ain't even got your hair done yet. You ain't got none of that. So now they starting to see you before you take off your hair tie. Now they starting to see you before you actually go do your morning routine with your face and all of that. And now they see you a little differently. Because now Y'all are on that level. You getting to know them. They getting to know you. Y'all talking more, interacting more. That's the same way that it is with Christ. Now you're developing a trust. Now you're developing a trust, right? And now every single time that you're sitting there and you're reading and you're studying and doing all of that and all of that, you pulling back that layer. And then you did it the next day and then you pull back that layer. Then you did it for 3 months straight. And now you're starting to experience anointing that you've never experienced before. You're like, oh my God, Coach, something is happening in my life. I'm experiencing peace and I don't know what peace feels like. So I kind of feel weird over here. Hey, my life ain't never been this peaceful. I need you to come and save me, Coach. And I'm over there saying, that's what it's supposed to feel like. Baby, you've been operating in chaos for so long that you think that chaos is normal, and it's not. You've been operating with dysfunctionalness for so long that you think that your life has to have some type of chaotic moments, some type of dysfunctional moments, that when God smooths things out and it's just calm, you want to create more pain in your life. You want to create discord in your life because you're not used to this stillness. You're not used to this calmness. You're not used to this peaceful state. But baby, this is what you produce. The more that you get into alignment with Christ, the more that you get over there and you're pulling back all of those layers and you're laying all those demons to rest, the more that you're getting over there and you're learning. So now you're like, oh, I'm 6 months in. I felt that peace over in them 3 months, and now I'm 6 months into this thing. And Coach, I'm telling you, I'm getting scared again. And I'm over here and I'm like, well, why are you scared now? And they said, because I'm cutting off folk that I thought that I needed forever. I thought I would love them forever. I thought that was the best thing in my life. And I thought that we was going to be doing this and doing that. And now that I am 6 months into this thing, my awareness is so different. Oh my God, I'm scared of this awareness. I don't know what to do with it. Coach, hold on a second. I am seeing through folk. Say what? I'm seeing through them. You ever seen somebody so scared of themselves? I'm seeing through them, Coach. I used to see them as if a person that would never hurt me, that wasn't, that would never lie, that I never cheated, I never manipulate, that wasn't this type of person. I didn't see them like that. I saw other people, but I didn't see them like that, and I never thought that they was the problem because, you know, I'm so good to them, and they always been around, and they always been coming through, and they always been this, yeah, they always been coming around, they always been right there because you always been given to them. The other people, oh yeah, you always been given to them. So they had, oh yeah. As long as you telling them yes, as long as you giving them everything that they asked you for, as long as you showing up in their areas that they want you to show up, they're going to always be right there because who's going to walk away from the hand that's feeding them? Yes, so they was always right there. Understand me, they was always right there. Why? Because it's not just about the people that you say no to, it's also about the people that you're constantly saying yes to as well. You have to watch the people that you're always saying no to. You're saying no to them because you acknowledge the fact that they're taking advantage of you. You acknowledge the fact that they're trying to walk all over you, that they're trying to use and abuse you. But there's some folks in your life that you're not knowledgeable of because of the love that you have for them. That love got you blinded, that you say yes to them all the time, and you're not even aware of how much you're saying yes to that individual until you actually start to buckle down. And when you start buckling down and you start working on yourself and start pulling back these layers of yourself over and over and over, then all of a sudden you start to see them in a light that you did not see them in before. And now all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, hold on, my taste for people, Coach, is changing. Like I thought I was going to be with them forever, but now I done lost taste for them, and I feel bad because I want to walk away. I feel bad because I don't want to hang out. I feel bad because I don't want to attend the function. I feel bad because I don't want to be around there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I mean? If I'm going to get over there, then I'm going to feel uncomfortable. I'm going to get over there, and I ain't going to really want to be over there. That's growth and that's development. Understand me. As you continue to grow and evolve in Christ, I need for you to understand that the people that you're surrounding yourself with is going to change. Things that you used to be impressed by, you're no longer impressed by those things. Things that you used to be like, oh my God, this, and this. Those things are small things to you now. Them things is like, that's a waste of time. I can't, but yeah. It's like when I told the chosen family about the heart transplant. You start to look at your past life, and then all of a sudden you look at the way that you behaved, things that you would do, your wasteful state, stuff that you would just spend money on and then have no real return in your life. You're like, wow, I can't believe I spent that type of money to do that. Like, I don't even remember what that was like. I don't even hang with none of the people that I did that with. I don't even hang with them people no more. And then when I spent that kind of money, we went there, we did all of that, and I done got back on the flight home, and I was so out my mind that I don't even remember half of the stuff that I'd done. Thank you, Kira, for the Cash App. Friends say, Jesus. Yo, can we be real this morning? Can we be real this morning? It's like, man, some good years, Coach. Some good money, Coach. This is what it's like when you start to grow and you start to develop. The more it's going to start to pull away at all of those things, right? And it's going to start to expose you to the true nature of things. The more that you grow, the more that you evolve. It's like them layers. They just being pulled back, right? Here you are. Now you did your 6 months. Now here you are. You done did a whole year. Now you done been in this thing and you've been in it a whole year. And now all of a sudden, when you look at your life, you realize that, everything that shifted. Everything about you is completely different. Everything, the way that you talk, the way that you show up, your interest in certain things, right? You will find joy and peace by sitting at home, right there by your favorite window, with your book cracked open. And there you are over there reading your book, having your highlights, taking your notes. And matter of fact, you sat there to do it for 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden, you'd have been over there a whole entire hour. Understand me? And I don't know if y'all do this, but this be me all the time. You didn't sit over there for 30. You're supposed to be doing it for 30 minutes. You didn't sit over there for a whole hour. And the reason why it then took you so long is because the revelation that you was getting out of each one of those paragraphs was crazy. Your awareness is so keen and so tight that you're reading a paragraph and it just says something so simple to everybody else. But then when you read it, you read all through the lines of the pages. And now here you are, you over there writing down this and writing down that. And you're like, oh my God, I never thought about it this way. So now you done had a whole praise and worship while you over there too. Y'all done did it right. Y'all done had a whole praise and worship. You got tears flowing. And now you done call your best sister in Christ. You know your best sister in Christ, the one that whenever you get your new information, you got to call and tell them, because sister, you ain't going to believe this right here. So now you and sister, y'all on there, y'all over there doing what? Gossiping. And I'm talking about when I say gospeling, y'all over there gospeling, not gossiping, but gospeling. Y'all got that gossip, the gospel. Y'all got the gospel out, and y'all both over there, and y'all over there with the gospeling, and y'all over there going over there talking about go to the other one, but go over there to John. John had said something similar, and then Matthew came back, and now y'all over there comparing notes, right? I'm telling you, now y'all over there comparing notes, and excited as all get out. You didn't been supposed to been over there for 30 minutes. You done got over there. You've been over there an hour. Y'all over there exchanging information. And when you get finished with that conversation, you experience a level of fullness. Come on. A level of fullness that you've never experienced in your life. You're like, oh my God, they just changed the way that you do conversations. Understand me. This is how powerful. This is how powerful that word is. When Coach said it'll change the way that you speak, it changed the way that you do conversations, right? Yeah, now all of a sudden you don't want conversations that are not conversations that's going to fill you, right? You don't even want to talk about nothing that's not going to put something in your spirit. If it's not of some type of substance, you don't even want to talk about it. Like, I don't want to talk about nobody's business. I don't want to be in nobody's drama. I don't want to have to deal with nothing that nobody else got going on. Life already hard out here for everybody. Understand me. Whatever they got to do what they need to do, then that's on them. I got my own stuff that I need to be focusing on. I'm over here sweeping around my own front door. I'm over here deep compartmentalizing my own life. I ain't got time to be over there dealing with nobody or nothing else that nobody else got going on. Don't bring it over here to me. You will lose taste for it because now you only want to deal with people and things of some level of substance because your value has changed. Now you value that piece of mind. You value having a peaceful mind, because now when your mind is at peace, you're able to hear different. You're able to see different. You're able to sleep different. You're able to eat different. Everything about you is different when your mind is at peace. A peace of mind. The mind of Christ brings an unparalleled peace that surpasses all understanding. When we're operating with the mindset of Christ, we're operating with a mindset that even in the toughest times of our life, we're experiencing peace because we are acknowledging his power. What would say, Coach? The mind of Christ brings unparalleled peace that surpasses all understanding, because when you're operating with the mindset of Christ, no matter how tough the situation is that you're going through, we find peace in his power because we know who he is, what he is, and what he's capable of. We relax right there in that. Why? Because you don't know my daddy. Good morning, Mirror, how you doing? Because you don't know my daddy. My daddy gonna come and get me. I need for you to know that I might cry right now today, might have to go through what I'm going through right now today, but baby, I'm coming up out of this, and when my daddy get here, that's going to be who you're going to have to deal with. So you sit different, right? You rest different, just like Daniel did when Daniel was in that lion's den. They put Daniel in the lion's den, and they for sure knew that Daniel was going to be consumed by the lions, right? Daniel go over in the den and go to sleep. How in the world is you over there? Good morning, Victoria. How you doing, sweetheart? How in the world, Daniel, do you go inside this lion's den and you take a whole entire nap? Don't you know that them lions gonna eat you up? Don't you know them lions gonna get you? Daniel goes inside of the lion's den, and the Bible says Daniel went to sleep. This man was unconscious. You went into an unconscious state inside of a den of lions. Do you know how much trust this man had to have? This is what happened in those situations. But when you're operating with the mindset of Christ, you're acknowledging his power. You know he's aware and he's also in control. And as long as he's with you, then you will succeed. Daniel is inside of the lion's den, right? Understand, hear me with your spirit. He goes to sleep. Operating with the mindset of Christ is operating with the mindset of no matter how tough this thing is that I'm dealing with right now, I acknowledge God's power in my life. I know what he's capable of. I know how he can move in my life. Understand me. This is something that I am aware of. So I have peace. Peace to sleep at night, even though all hell is breaking loose in my life. Peace to sit down and eat a full course meal when all hell is breaking loose in my life. Thank you, Candace Bash. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Peace. Understand me, that even when the people that I love the most then turn their back on me, I still get up and I still got a smile on my face. Peace that surpasses all understanding. Peace when the one that I love the most, that I love the most, that I walked down the aisle with, and we said that we was going to be together forever, but then they woke up and decided that they wanted a divorce from me. They woke up and they decided that they no longer wanted to love me. They woke up and they decided that I was no longer what they wanted in their life, and I still got peace. I still have the same energy. I still got the same smile. I still got the same glow. I still got up and pushed my way all the way to the job, pushed my way all the way to choir rehearsal, to Bible study, and everything after that. Why? Understand me, because my peace surpasses all understanding when I'm in alignment with the Most High. Oh my goodness. When I'm in alignment with the Most High, peace that surpasses all understanding. You gain that peace when you start acknowledging his power. That's worth some ink right there. That's worth some ink right there. Get that in your notes, right? Peace that surpasses all understanding is when we acknowledge God's power. When we acknowledge his power, we find peace in that. Daniel in the lion's den went to sleep inside the lion's den because he was aware of God's power. Understand me? He was a what? He was aware of God's power. Power to do what? Shut the mouths of the lions. Understand me? The power to shut the mouths of the lion. Acknowledging God's power is what creates that internal peace that surpasses all understanding. Acknowledging God's power is what creates that peace that surpasses all understanding. When you read about the things that he's done, when you trust the things that he's done, when you're 100% relying on him, then it's different. It says, in the midst of life's troubles, we can find calmness through Christ's perspectives. Why? Because we start to see things the way that Christ saw them. It shifts the way that we see things. It shifts our perspectives. We don't see things with understand me, we don't see things with our carnal mind, with our fleshly mind anymore. When you're operating with Christ conscious, you're now seeing things from a spiritual stance and not a carnal stance, right? You're not seeing it from a carnal stance or a fleshly stance. You're seeing it from a spiritual standpoint in that moment, which means your perspective have now switched. So now you will have people saying you always looking for the good in it, or you always thinking it's this and it's always thinking it's that. No, I just know that God is able. That's all I'm saying. I just know that God is able. And if he do it, he do it. And if he don't do it, then he don't do it. But I know that if he do it, then that means that it was for my good. And if he don't do it, I also know that that was for my good. And now people are confused because they're trying to figure out which good is it that you're talking about. Because you like, well, if he do it for me, then that was for my good. And I know that I can continue in this because it was for my good. And if he don't do it for me, then I also know that it was for my good because this is what he said. Now people looking at you like, wait, what? Come here. They got the confused. This is a confused look. Huh? God said he's not going to withhold any good thing from me. Understand me? He's not going to withhold any good thing from me. So if it is good and it's going to be good for me in my life, then he's going to give me that. Understand me? He's going to give that to me because it's going to be for my good. But if God don't give it to me, it's because it's not going to be good for me. It might be good for you, but it won't be good for me. So I'm not going to cry about nothing that I did not get, because if I don't get it, then that means that that thing was not going to be good for me. That relationship wasn't going to be good for me. That job wasn't going to be good for me. Understand me? That marriage, that wasn't going to be good for me. That friend group wasn't going to be good for me. I don't cry about things that I did not get because I now have a different perspective. I know without a shadow of a doubt that I trust God, and I know that he's going to give me anything that is good for me, and he's going to protect me from anything that's not good for me. So either way, I'm good over here. Perspective change. When we are connected to him, no matter the storm that arises, we can experience peace in our hearts and mind. Trusting Christ allows his peace to guard us from the fears, the doubts, and the anxiety, enabling us to respond to situations with grace and faith. This peace is a beautiful reminder of his presence with us as we navigate through life, which is everything that we just talked about. When you're operating with Christ conscious, it does what? It removes fear, doubt, and anxiety. Operating with Christ conscious, it removes that fear, that doubt, and that anxiety. And it enables us to be able to respond to life situations with grace and faith. We as Christians, we now, right, every single obstacle, every trial, every tribulation, every dark hour that we face those things with grace and faith. Grace and faith. Understand me? Trusting and believing that God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we could ask or think. Trusting him in all our ways, right? Period, point blank. This is what we do. She said, I'm in the house, coach. Come on in. Let's go. We in there then. And just a couple of scriptures we gave. That was John 14:27. It says, peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not not be afraid. He's again speaking about don't be afraid. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't be over there stressed out about nothing. Continue to move forward in your life. Continue to trust in God and his power. Understand me, because this is what he's told us all this time. Then we also have Romans 15 and 13. And it says, may the God of hope fill you with joy and peace as you trust in him, so you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. It says, I'm trying to give you overflow. I'm trying to give you overflow. I don't want you to be stressed out about nothing. I don't want you to be upset about nothing. I don't want you experiencing anxiety about nothing. I don't want you having panic attacks about nothing. I don't even want you allowing those things to come out your mouth. Understand me, because he's saying right there, I didn't give you the spirit of fear. I don't operate in that doubt. Understand me, I don't operate in panic either. Everything that Jesus did it calmly. Everything that he did it calmly. If I want to talk about something, I can talk about how the boat was up there going from the left to the right, and there was so much water going back and forth that they thought the boat was going to turn over. Let me fold my hands up while I tell you. Understand? Oh yeah, all of this was happening, and where was Jesus at? Where was Jesus at? Jesus was asleep, honey. Jesus was asleep. Jesus was asleep. Yeah. I can't make this up. He was asleep. He was asleep. All of this is going on, and this man is asleep. You mean to tell me you ain't feel the boat rocking from the left to the right? You don't hear the water coming up out the ocean and hitting the floor of the boat? You mean to tell me you don't hear us running around, boots all over the place, all up and down the boat, because we trying to figure out how the water gonna get up out of the boat? Jesus does not operate in fear, does not operate in doubt, does not operate in anxiety or panic. Understand me. He down there asleep. He's taking a nap. And that's the mindset that you are supposed to be operating with. No fear, no doubt, no panic, 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 no fear, no doubt, no panic. This is how we are supposed to live our life every single day. No fear, no doubt, and no panic. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? You have to lock that into your mind. The moment that you start to experience any of those things is the moment that you have to shut it down and do it expeditiously. Don't even move slow with it. The moment that you start to feel that feeling of fear trying to creep up on you, you have to rebuke it right then and there. The moment that you start to feel those things inside of your mind trying to plant that doubt of, is it going to happen? Will it really be this and that? You have to rebuke it right then and there. That moment, all right, when you start to feel your skin get warm and the hair standing up on your skin and you're about to go in that panic, you got to rebuke it right then and there. God did not operate with the spirit of fear, doubt, or panic. Why? Because he knew his powers. Because he knew his power. You find peace in that power. It's peace. It's peace in that power. Hey, come on. It's peace. Yeah, when you know that your God is in control of all, when you know that he is able to do exceedingly and abundantly more than you can ask or think. He said you ain't even got to speak it before you can think it. I need you to know that I'm so strong, I'm so powerful that you ain't got to do nothing but think it. Understand me? Think it, and I can do it right there for you. You ain't even got to formulate the words. If you think it, I can do it for you. God does not operate with the spirit of fear, the spirit of doubt or panic. These are things that we have to shut down and out of our life every single day. The moment that you start to feel it, the moment that it try to creep up on you, you have to shut it down and do it expeditiously, right? And then as we move forward, our next highlight is going to be renewing your mind. How do we renew our minds? How do we renew our minds? Let's get into it. It says renewing our mind is a vital step in developing the mind of Christ. It involves actively cleansing your thoughts and replacing worldly influences with godly wisdom. Is that not what we just said just now? I'm trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you, is that not what we talked about just now? You have to shut those negative thoughts out. Understand? You have to shut those negative thoughts out. Gigi say, rewind, you need me to rewind it? I got you. I got one rewind over there. I got one rewind over there. Yeah, you have to shut those negative thoughts out. You have to shut that all the way out. We're talking about cleansing your mind. We're talking about renewing your mind. We're talking about developing a mindset of Christ. This is what we're talking about. I got another rewind. I got you coming over there. I got you. Hey, they don't play about their notes over here on TikTok. They shows up for a reason. These folks over here, y'all show up for a reason. One thing y'all gonna do is get y'all notes. I got y'all covered. I'm coming. I'm gonna rewind it. I'm trying to make sure I got some rewind. I got some rewinds over here on IG as well. All right. Okay. Your highlight is gonna be renewing your mind. Your highlight is gonna be renewing your mind. Up under that, you're gonna have renewing our minds is a vital. Renewing our mind is a vital step in developing the mind of Christ. Renewing our mind is a vital step in developing the mind of Christ. It involves actively cleansing your thoughts. Right? Your thoughts, and replacing worldly influences with godly wisdom. Renewing your mind means that you got to replace worldly influences with godly wisdom. Remember how I said how things will change in your life? How you used to be so involved in this and involved in that. And then the more you start studying and reading for yourself, the more you start getting into different environments that got your wheels turning, and you started learning more, growing more. And then all of a sudden you got turned off by the things that you used to do, places you used to be, how you used to act, and even people you used to date. Now all of a sudden you stepping back and you like, ain't no way in the world I was ever thinking that was cute. Ain't no way in the world I ever thought that was the right thing. Oh my God, you are disgusted with yourself. Understand me. When you start renewing your mind, it says renewing your mind is when you replace your worldly influence with your godly wisdom, right? The more now you're seeing things on a deeper level. You're seeing things on a deeper level, right? Have you anybody? I just want to see who's going to be real quick. Have you ever been turned off by the way a person think? Talking renewing your mind. Have you ever been turned off by the way a person think? Can we get 200 stars on Facebook? Facebook, can we get 200 stars? Double tap on my screen. Can we get 3 badges on IG? Can I get 3 over there? Double tap on this screen. Go ahead and get us up to 150K on TikTok. We at 124.8. Hit that share button on TikTok and Facebook for me. Go ahead and bring everybody into the room. Have you ever been turned off by the way a person think? Thank you so much, Diamond. I appreciate that teddy bear. I appreciate you, love. Yeah, have you ever been turned off by the way a person think? Disgust you, right? You looking at them and you like, wow. Thank you, Antoinette, for the stars. Appreciate you, love. Y'all help Antoinette out over there. Help Antoinette out over there. You look at it and you're like, oh my God, ain't no way you think like that. And you don't care how good they look. You don't care how good they smell, how well dressed they are, what type of outfit they got on. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate you, Neek. Right? You don't care nothing about none of that. Thank you, Miss Driver, for the badge. You don't care about, you like the way you think is disgusting. This is what it is when you start to shift your mindset from that worldly mindset or that carnal mindset to the mindset of God and His wisdom. You don't care about what it looks like anymore. Right? You don't care about what it looks like anymore. And I want I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the truth about it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. How do we know this? Because when Samuel went over there to David's daddy's house, when he went over there to David's daddy's house and he was going to look for the new king, right? David's dad, what did he do? David's daddy went and got all his boys, right? All the ones that was nicely built, all the one that had the right type of body type, the right facial features and all of these things, he went and got the best of the best. He left David out there with the sheep because he considered David to be a runt. Understand me? He was small and he was scrawny. At that time, he was but a boy, right? So he just knew for a fact that David did not look the part. Understand me? He knew for a fact that David did not look the part. So what he done was he went and got the ones that he saw with his, oh God, you gonna teach. Understand me? He went and got the ones that he thought looked the part. He was looking for a certain thing. He was looking for a certain thing. Like, oh, it has to have this type of bill. It has to have this type of this and this type of that. This is what he thought that he was going there for. When you're operating, right, with a carnal mind, a fleshly mind, you're basing your thoughts and your selections on your carnal mind. You want to go with what looks good. You don't want to go with what is good. When you're operating with a carnal mind, a fleshly mind, your mindset is influenced by the world. And the world says in order for you to be the king, you got to look like the king. You got to have these big, broad shoulders. You have to have all this muscle. You have to have the right type of facial feature. You got to show up and you really got to be him. That's what you got to do if you want to be. That's the world's influence. But godly wisdom says, I can use you just like how you are. His dad left him out and called him a runt. Say he's but a boy, he's supposed to run. Surely he can't be that. And when you go and read the story, it was correction in there to say that God don't see it how you see it. In that story, there's correction that's inside. He got corrected right there. When he says, hey, look, God don't see it the way that you see it. You see it. When you see it from your worldly influence. This is a spiritual thing. This is a supernatural thing. In other words, when I'm telling somebody on this chat right now, because I know that thought did not come to my mind for nothing. I know you don't think things for no reason at all, especially not in these type of settings, in these moments. I'm going to say this to you. Everybody don't have to see you and see you as a winner for you to win. This is your season to win. This is your season to restore. This is your season to grow. This is your season to develop. This is your season to heal. And you have to own it. Do you hear what I'm saying? You have to own it. I need for you to know that. I need for you to know that. So whoever that right there was for, baby, I want you to know that they don't have to see you as a winner for you to win. They don't have to see you as great for you to be great. They don't have to see you as for you to be that girl, for you to really be that girl or be that guy. I want you to know that it's not about how this world see you or how this world feel about you. What they see and what they think and even their emotional state ain't got nothing to do with what God is going to do in your life, how God is going to move in your life. God don't go to these folks and give their acceptance or their approval before he uses you. Understand me? He don't go knock on their door. Understand me? He don't visit their crib and ask them, can you co-sign for this individual before he do what he's going to do in your life? He don't need their co-signing. He don't need their backing. He don't need them to come and to support you on your journey of what he's about to do in your life. God's going to do it without them. His power. His power. He don't look for what we look for. Understand his power. And it says, as we encounter challenges that renewal allows us to respond with faith and confidence rooted in scripture. Where do we get our confidence? Where do we get our confidence? We get our faith and our confidence out of these scriptures. This is why Coach goes so hard telling you guys to read your 2 chapters a day to make sure that you're getting into your word. Why? Because there's too many people that are walking around with low self-esteem and confidence, right? So in order to rebuild your self-esteem and your confidence, it's going to be rooted inside of that word. And I tell people this all the time. This is the reason why people go so hard saying, oh, I ain't read no Bible. That's what the slave masters had. And they tried to control the slaves with the word. And they just wanted, yeah, I ain't reading that book. I ain't going to that book. But if you step out of that mindset and you actually started to read the Bible for what it is, it's actually the best self-help book that you will ever find. Understand me. If you really took the time to sit down and read this book, then you will realize that this book is teaching you, understand me, how to love yourself. This book is teaching you how to believe and trust in yourself. This book is teaching you, understand me, to honor yourself, to protect yourself. Understand me, this book is teaching you about you more than it is about anything else. It's teaching you to see the Christ, the power and the authority that rests in the inside of you. And you don't even know it because you're letting society, understand me, bamboozle you, hoodwink you, finesse you up out of it. So the more that you say, I'm not reading it because of this and I'm not reading it because of that, the more ignorant that you stay. I'm going to drink the water because, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know sometimes, sometimes I just, don't worry about that. I'm just telling you, the more that you say, oh, well, I ain't gonna read it, the more ignorant that you stay, and the more ignorant that you are, the more weak that you are as well, because you don't know anything to do anything. Understand me? So when you say, oh, I'm not gonna read it and I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, right? And then you try to wonder why you got low self-esteem. You try to wonder why you got low confidence, why people always walking all over you, why people always taking advantage of you, why this and that is happening to you always got something going on in your life. You have to check yourself, sweetheart. You have to check you in those type of situations. That's a you problem right there. You're not doing the necessary work on you. Understand me? When you're opening up that Bible, when you're getting into those scriptures, this Bible is not only talking to you and telling you about Christ. This Bible is also telling you that Christ lives in you. This Bible is also telling you that, yes, Jesus did great works, but Jesus wasn't the only one that was able to do great works. You can do greater works. Then as you continue to read in this book, you will find out that Jesus wasn't only the only one that was performing miracles. He wasn't the only one laying his hand on the sick. He wasn't the only one that was doing certain things. Jesus came to be our redeemer, understand me, to redeem mankind, to take over the sins of this earth. This is what he done, but there was other folks that was out here that was doing the work as well, that was just as connected to God as well. Like we talked about, Enoch, we talked about Elijah, and we also talk about Melchizedek, right? All of those people did the same exact thing. So don't nobody exempt you but you. Yeah, that's notes. That's red ink right there. The only person that exempt you is you. The only person that exempts you from this is you. The only person that exempts you from this is you. So the more that you walk around with that mindset of, oh yeah, well, I ain't gonna do this and I ain't gonna do that, then the enemy won. He just bamboozled you. He just finessed you right on up out your spot. You're not living a life that is full, not because of somebody else, but because of you and your lack of W-O-R-K. Understand me? Your lack of what? W-O-R-K. You want a big life, but don't want to do big work. You want to live full, but don't want to do the work that is required for you to live full. You want to have all these different things, but you don't want to do nothing to obtain all of those different things. This is a problem. You don't want to W-O-R-K. Right? Our confidence is rooted in that scripture. It says, each time we seek God's truth, we are reinforcing our connection to him, transforming us from the inside out. This renewal is a continual process that helps us reflect Jesus' love and thoughts in action. Every single day that we wake up and we seek his face, we are reinforcing our connection. This is why every single morning that you wake up, I say what? Pray first. Pray first. Decrease so that God can increase in your life as soon as you gain your consciousness. Understand me. As soon as you wake up and you realize that you was blessed with another opportunity to be able to experience a brand new day that some of us know for a fact that we ain't even deserving of. Understand me. The soon as you realize that you have the activities of your limbs, that you are clothed in your right mind, the next thing after that should be, God, I thank you for choosing me in spite of me, loving me in spite of me, breathing breath into my body. I thank you on today. I decrease so that you can increase in my life in this moment. When I get out of this bed, I don't even want to get out as me. I want to get out in the representation of you. Understand me. I want folk to see you way before they see me every single day. That should be your prayer before your feet even hit the floor. I pray that prayer laying out stretch right there. Because, baby, I'm just thankful. I ain't even got time to get on my knees just yet. Just the fact that you let me open my eyes and I understand what's going on left to right. Once the eyes shift from the left to the right, oh, I thank you. That's the first thing that come out my mouth. Oh, I thank you. Understand? First thing. So much so I got the baby doing it too. She'll do it too. She opened her eyes, look to the left, look to the right. Oh, I thank you. That's it. You know how many folk wanted to be here this morning and didn't? Couldn't. You know how many folk want to be able to move their eyes from the left to the right? To be able to open up their mouth and formulate the sentence, thank you? Come on. It says we are reinforcing our connection every single morning. That's how you should start your day. Reinforcing my connection. Yeah, I went to sleep loving you, woke up loving you more. Hello, went to sleep loving you. Thank you, Terry. Went to sleep loving you, woke up loving you more. Hello, somebody. Hey, that's just how you do it. Wake up every day. It says you are reinforcing your connection to Him, transforming us from the inside out. This is not an outer appearance thing. This is an inside out thing. It says this renewal is a continuous process. This is something that we will be doing every single day. Understand me. I told you that having a relationship with Christ is an intimate relationship, right? It's an intimate relationship. It's something that you do daily, that you guys over there pulling back all these layers, working on every single area of your life. This is not a one-night stander. This is not, I come and I check in with you every now and again or once a year or twice a year type of deal. This is something that you do daily. No days off. So much so that you start to see Him in everything that you do. I'm going to give an example. So much so that you start to see Him in everything that you do. If you ever watched the movie Love Jones, if you ever watched the movie Love Jones, or even with you guys in a relationship, people that are in a relationship, you come into a relationship with a person, and if you watch Love Jones, then you're going to understand, right? So you have the girl Nina. Nina was the character that played the female that Darius Lovehall, right? This is my favorite movie, so I know the people, right? So Darius Lovehall happens to be a poet. Nina happens to be a person that enjoys poetry, right? So she goes down to the place where they do all the poetry readings and all of that. She runs into Darius Lovehall. When she runs into Darius Lovehall, you know, she's head over heels for him, and vice versa, right? He's head over heels for her. Now, as they start a relationship, there's things about Darius that Darius does, and there's things about Nina that Nina does, but they do not have the same type of things, right? So Darius, at the time, he was a person that smoked and, you know, stuff like that, right? And said certain type of words, right? He was use his slang, right? His little own lingo. Nina was not that type of person. She's a photographer. She's in the professional world doing all these different things. But the more that she stayed around Darius, the more that they dated, she started to do what? She started to pick up on his lingo, right? So now she's saying things that he say. Now she's smoking the cigarettes as well. She kicked back doing all of this. Now she's doing what? She's picking up on things that Darius was doing. She's mimicking things that he was doing, not on purpose, but because this is who she was around. This is who she loved. This is somebody that she was so into that things that he say, she would say. And like, let's think about ourselves in our own relationships. You get into a relationship with a person and you may be a person that, do this, go out every weekend, you know what I'm saying? And you hang out and you enjoy your life and you be doing this, and then you get in a relationship and the person that you're in a relationship with is a whole entire homebody. They don't really go out like that, but they do have the family over and they do things inside the house, just them and their family. They just not an outdoorsy type of person, right? So now what happens? You start dating that person and you find yourself not going out like how you used to go out, because now you're in and everybody just simply comes over to the house because of the relationship that you're now in. That relationship does what? It influences your behavior. It influences the things that you do. So you find yourself gradually changing in that relationship because that's not what you do anymore. Now when you go out, you may go out if it's a special thing that's happening. One of your girls having a birthday or something like that, you might go out with them and then, but it's not something that you do all the time anymore. Influence. The more that you are in Christ, the more that you'll start to see Christ show up in your life. Because the more that you read the scriptures, the more that you're going to be influenced to change. The more that you're getting into the scriptures, the more that you're going to be influenced to change. So the old habits, your old ways won't be the way that they used to be because you're being changed from the inside out. So things that you would normally be doing, you're not doing those things because the influences that you're now around, which is in those scriptures, is different. So it says the renewal is a continuous process that helps us reflect Christ's love in our thoughts and actions. Now our thoughts and our actions will be a reflection of Christ's love. Ephesians 4:23, to be made new in attitude of your mind. Ephesians 4:23. Ephesians 4:23, to be made new in the attitude of your mind, your mindset. The attitude of your mind will shift. So you will go from a person that people be like, they always been like that, that's how they are, to somebody completely different. So much so that people will be looking at you and be like, oh my God, when did you become this kind of person? When you start doing that? Oh, you acting so different. You ain't acting like yourself. You think I'm doing all this work, all this studying, all this fasting, all this praying, all this worshiping, going to all these different empowerment events all over the world just for me to remain the same? You think I'm acting funny? Baby, I'm not acting funny. What you see all over me, this ain't acting funny. This is growth. Put it inside of the chat. GROWTH. This is growth. You think that I'm acting funny? Baby, I'm not acting funny. What you see on me is growth. This is called growth. This is I'm growing up. I'm evolving. I'm healing. I'm developing in my life. I'm not doing all of this work to remain the same individual. I'm not studying like this to remain the same individual. If I was doing all of this and wasn't nothing changing in my life, then I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my energy. I'm wasting my effort. I'm wasting my money and everything else. That's when you should really have a problem. When you see me praying like this, fasting like this, going to these different conferences like this, studying like this, and ain't nothing changed about me. I still show up cussing folk out. I still show up ready to knock if you buck. I'm still over there ready to go from zero to prison real quick. That's when you should be calling me out. My growth and development shouldn't offend you. It shouldn't be a problem to see that I'm no longer the person that I used to be. This ain't acting funny. This is growth. Please stop confusing it. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creature has come, the old has gone, the new is here. I'm a brand new individual. I'm a brand new individual with a brand new mindset. A brand new individual with a brand new mindset. And as you continue on your journey, one of the things that we have to have in the front of our mind is, I refuse to let anybody hold me hostage in my mistakes. That's worth note taking. Put it in your notes. Come on, put that in your notes. Thank you, Neek. I appreciate that badge. Can we get 100 stars on Facebook? Facebook, can I get 100 stars? Double tap on my screen, y'all. We at 196.9. Well, 197. Let's get up to 200K. We almost at the goal. Yeah, I refuse to let anybody hold me hostage in my past. Yeah, you won't hold me hostage in my past. Double tap on my screen, baby. Yeah, I'm no longer that person. If it says when you're in Christ, you are a new creature. The old one has passed away. The new is here. I'm operating in my new. I'm operating in my new. You will not hold me hostage in my past. I don't care what it is that I done before I met you, what I done and you knew about it or whatever. Baby, that's not the person that I am right now today. That's it. That's all. If we gonna talk about anything, let's talk about who I am right now today. If you don't know who I am right now today, then that means that you shouldn't even be talking about me, because you don't even know enough about me to have nothing to say about me. Understand me? If you can't talk about the person that I am right now today, what it is that I'm doing right now today, then that means that you don't know enough about me to even have my name traveling up your esophagus. Understand me? Ain't that how you pronounce an esophagus? You ain't got no business with my name in your throat at all. My name shouldn't be coming up your throat at all. If you can't tell me who I am right now today, that just simply means that I haven't been talking to you. I haven't been sharing space with you. I haven't even been around you. I ain't even been dealing with you. And the only person that you know is the person that I used to be. The only person that you know is the person that is the old me. The only person that you know is the person that I no longer am. And I don't have to answer to the person that I used to be. I laid that to rest a long time ago. I walked away from that a long time ago. And I refuse to allow anybody to hold me hostage and who I used to be. I'm not that person no more. Yeah, go on and scat. Yeah, so yeah, go on and scat. Sometimes that wave right there, that means scat. That means scat. That means go on now. Go on ahead, scat, baby. Go ahead on and do what you go do something safe. Go ahead, scat. Go ahead, do something. Go and do something safe. Yeah, because sometimes you have to get folk together like that. You have to scat them. Go ahead, scat, baby. Yeah, go ahead now. Go find you something safe to do. Go ahead, find you something safe to do. Yeah, it ain't never safe to play with me. Yeah, go play where it's safe. Yeah, because I'm telling you, it ain't safe over here. Go ahead. I will get you together all the way. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, you have to tell folks that. You have to say it and mean it to them too. When you say it, you have to say it and you have to really mean it when you say it, right? So now, as we go on down, right, we're going to get into this right here, transforming our actions. Your highlight today is going to be transforming your actions. We may not get through all of this, but we're going to get through some of it. Okay, step by step. All right, well, boom, no. I said, pay me when I get. I'm telling you, God just be doing stuff in my life because that is crazy. But all right, transforming our actions. Transforming our actions. Double tap on my screen where y'all at. If y'all still here, if it's tight but it's right, if I'm giving you what you need on this morning, I want you to double tap on my screen. I just want to make sure that everybody's here. If you're still here, just put your hand up like this right here inside the chat. Let me know you're here. Transforming our actions. Just put the hand up in the chat. Just give me the hand sign in the chat, the hand emoji in the chat. Still here. I see you, Crystal Love, still here. All right, Gigi still here. Okay, y'all gonna give me a few minutes because y'all know I'm supposed to be finished at 9:30. Y'all gonna give me to 10 o'clock. I just want to make sure y'all gonna be present. If y'all gonna hang out with me until 10 o'clock, go ahead and give me the hand sign. I need the hand sign. Okay, Ra, you gonna hang out with me? All right, then. Okay, Kim, you here? Keita Rock gonna hang out with me. Heather Smith, my girl Neek gonna hang out with me. Okay, so I got my family. My family definitely gonna hang out with me. Okay, I see y'all. I see my family gonna hang out. Oh, that's all I really needed. As long as my family gonna be. Y'all, I ain't funny with my family here now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know you're not supposed to give special treatment, but baby, I love me some them and they know it already, right? As long as they here, we will teach all day and they will take notes all day. I want you to know they will sit here and they will get every piece of a note. I'm telling that. Hey, Coach, can you tell me that part again? You remember when you had said, but yeah, hey, can you go back over there? Oh yeah, we don't play about a good old note. One thing we don't play about a good old note. All right, so we're gonna do transforming our actions. And it says, when we truly embrace the mind of Christ, our actions begin to transform. Thank you, Miss Brown. And that's what I was just telling y'all a minute ago. The way that you show up in environments, the way that you deal with folk, the way that you allow folk to deal with you, it will be completely different. Understand me, when you start operating with the mindset of Christ, on things that you used to be upset about, things that used to take you over the top, baby, you don't even let those things get on your nerve anymore. When you start doing, I got you, I'll do a rewind on that note, I got you. When people start doing stuff and you know they doing it to get a reaction out of you, they trying to piss you off, they trying to upset you, they trying to get up under your skin. When you start operating with that mindset of Christ, you don't even give them the response that you used to give. You step right on over that mess. Understand me, you walk right on around that mess. You don't even address it. You don't even give them your addressing that issue. You don't even say nothing to them. You walk right on by it like it ain't never happened. I'm talking about thoroughly confusing the enemy, because they did all of that to get your attention and you didn't even do it. You didn't even give into it. They did all of that to get you to respond, and you ain't even respond to it. You went right on about your business. Can you imagine how upset that will make an individual? They be hot with you, because how dare you have that type of control over yourself? How dare you operate with that level of obedience like that? Wait a minute, who do you think you are? You are operating with that Christ conscious. Here we go, Kira. It says, when we truly embrace the mindset of Christ, our actions began to transform. When we truly embrace the mindset of Christ, our actions began to transform. Right? Give them a second to write that down. I know they was writing it. There we go. Thank you. The B, appreciate you so much, love. Thank you. All right. It says, it's not just how we think. It's also about how those thoughts lead us. I'm glad y'all gave me a few minutes. Hold on. I'm waiting on y'all. I'm waiting on y'all to write, right? Hold on, Tia, I got something, right? I got something right there. She says, I believe that's God being the center. Exactly. But wait till you hear this part, sis. Hold on for a second. All right. So it says, it's not just about how we think. It's also about how those thoughts lead us to serve and love others. It's not just about positive thinking. It's about how those thoughts lead us to serve and to love others. Everything about us is service. We were created to serve. Our job is to serve. Make sure you got it in your notes. Your first note is, when we truly embrace the mind of Christ, our actions begin to transform, right? We start to transform right then and there once we start taking on that mindset. Right up under that, second note, I want you to put, it's not just about how we think. This is not just a positive thinking. This ain't got nothing to do with positive thinking. We're talking about spiritual, right? This is not about positive thinking. This is about spiritual. Krista, thank you so much. I appreciate you for the cash app. This is not just about positive thinking. This is about a spiritual awakening, right? It's not just about how we think. It's about how those thoughts lead us to serve and to love others. So what are you saying, Coach, and why did that excite you like that? I want you to start asking yourself a question. Are the thoughts that I'm thinking thoughts of love and or service? If I was to do this, how would it impact the others? Is this a display of love towards the others? Because remember, when we first started talking on Christ, teaching on Christ consciousness 2 weeks ago, one of the first things that I taught you guys was that operating with Christ conscious is about the redemption and healing of us all as a whole. This is not about a me. This is about us. Christ moved in a way that was beneficial for everybody. He saw ways where everybody could grow and learn and develop and heal. It was about us operating in unity, not being concerned about gender, about color, nationality, or any of that. Healing and spirituality has nothing to do with the color of your skin, whatever tribe or continent or wherever you came from. Healing is about healing. That's it. That's Christ conscious. That's operating with the mindset of Christ. You can come from wherever you come from. You can live. It doesn't matter. We are all one. The enemy seeks to divide. The enemy seeks to separate. But that's not what Christ do. And again, remember what I told you. Christ conscious is just a nickname for the mindset of God. Christ conscious was named after Jesus Christ. But Jesus Christ was operating under the mindset of God. When you're operating with Christ conscious, you're operating with the mindset of God, following God-given instructions. That's what this is about. Ah, this is good. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. They make my heart do something different. Ah. Everybody's following, right? Yeah, don't that make you feel soft? It makes you feel real soft, like just sitting in that for a second, right? Just sit in that for a second and think about, like, this has nothing to do with nothing but love. This has nothing to do with nothing but love and service. How can we help ourselves and each other grow in love, operate in love, show up for each other in love, and do that daily? Think about how we would change the whole entire world if people woke up and their thought process was, how could I do this in love? How could I teach this in love? How can I be a reflection of healthy love? How? Oh man, can you imagine the communities? Can you imagine the communities? Can you imagine what it would be like just walking down the street? Can you imagine how it would feel just walking out of your door in the morning, looking into your left and your right, and just say, people that you don't even know, hey, I love you. I make people feel uncomfortable all the time with that, y'all. I am the most I love you person, and I really mean it. That's the thing. So when I tell people randomly, they'll be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I have a good day. Da, da, da. They can be having a conversation with me, especially via text or even in my comment section, and they can be talking about something that they like, and I'll be like, hey, I love you. Right? And I know in that moment they kind of catch them up like, wait, I wasn't even, all I said was, but I love you. It says, oh, I love this video. And I say, and I love you. And I love you. And I know it takes them back 2 or 3 steps like, why would she say that? Because I do. I love you with the love of God. I want the best for you. I want to see you grow. I want to see you develop. I want to see you live a full life. I've never loved people the way that I love people today. I've always loved people. Anybody that'll tell you around me, they'll tell you that I've always loved people. But the love that I have for people, it grows every single day. When people around, it's like, I don't really like people and this, that, and the third. And that's okay. That's you. That's not me. I love people. I even love people that don't love me. But I still love them. You not loving me is not going to stop me from loving you. But will I keep a safe distance in between you and I, me knowing how you feel? Sure. But I don't allow other people's emotional state to damage mine. You know? It's about having that type of power and authority over your life. Right? So I'm gonna get back into this because I'm telling you, we just in this moment right now, and we just in this moment right now, and I love it here. I do. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It says, when we truly embrace the mind of Christ, our actions begin to transform. right? It's not just about how we think. It's also about how those thoughts lead to serve and love others. Jesus' life was filled with actions of love, of kindness, and service. Jesus' life, I want you to write them down. Jesus' life was filled with actions of love, of kindness, and service. Do your life reflect love, kindness, and service? I got a lot of people in my Patreon right now, and I say they are servers. They are full on servers. I don't have to outsource much of nothing because these people's heart to serve is so crazy. Yes, they go. It's just how, and I get it because that's me. You know what I mean? I get it because it's me, and I do believe that when you're building something, God would definitely send like-minded people right there with you that'll build right there with you. Because I tell you, sometimes when I'm talking to them and we're having class about something, I feel like I'm standing in the mirror having that conversation because their heart to serve, it is so matching mine. Like I don't care nothing about nothing. You have to tell me to sit down. You have to tell me to take a break. You have to tell me, Coach, I got it. Because I'll be right out there I'll be out there with you. I'll be right there with you. I've been said the whole time, I ain't gonna work. I'm gonna get everything together and I'm gonna let y'all come and do it. And I'll be right there working. I'll be right there passing it out, right there getting it together. My heart and my service for people is different. So is your life filled? Is your life filled with that love, that kindness, and service? Serious question to be asking yourselves, right? I want to make sure you guys are asking yourselves those three, right? It says by mirroring, this is why I told you to write that in those three things, because I knew what was coming next. By mirroring this in our lives, we become vessels of his love in the world. By mirroring those things. That's why I say write those things down. Love, kindness, service. Love, kindness, service. By mirroring this in our lives, we become vessels of his love in this world. Our actions should reflect the ultimate goal of being Christ-like, showcasing his heart through our daily choices and interaction, right? By mirroring this in our lives, we become vessels of his love in the world. Our actions should reflect the ultimate goal of being Christ-like, showcasing his heart through our daily choices and interactions, right? And I'm going to give one scripture and then we'll get back into this one on tomorrow, right? And the scripture I'm going to give is going to be Galatians, and it's going to be 5:22 through 23. Galatians, and it's going to be chapter 5, verses 22 through 23. And it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Galatians 5:22 through 23. Renee say yes. Y'all ready? And that says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Yes, I like that. I like that a whole lot right there. I like that a whole lot. Against such things there is no law. There's no law against it. She say noted, right? All right. It's right now it's at 10 o'clock, but I got one more I want to drop real quick, and then we're going to get back. We're going to get back to this tomorrow. Matthew 5 and 16. Matthew 5 and 16. 5 and 16. And it says, in the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. I'm gonna stop right there. That's gonna be the end right there. Cause listen. Hey, yes, say this right here. So there is a video I have saved in my phone, and I use it when I need it. Oh, okay. All right. So Matthew 5 and 16, it says, in the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. So now we understand why we are to mirror Jesus's patterns and the things that he done while he was here, because those things is what get God the glory. Because this is never about us. It's always about him. So we are still on Christ conscious. We are going to pick up tomorrow on transforming our actions. We're going to get back into transforming our actions tomorrow, because I got some more. Hold on. The last note. What last note? Leola? I don't know what you're talking about, babes. Are you talking about the scripture I gave, which is Matthew 5 and 16? Or are you talking about, I'm going to go, because she said last note, so I'm going to go right here. By mirroring this in our lives, we become vessels of his love in the world. Our actions should reflect the ultimate goal of being Christ-like. Our actions should reflect the ultimate goal of being Christ-like, showcasing his heart through our daily choices and interactions. Let me know when you got it. Let me know when you got it. I'm waiting on Leola. I think she got it now. All right, guys. Sandra, you saying you need what came after showcasing? By mirroring this in our lives, we become vessels of his love in the world. Our actions should reflect the ultimate goal of being Christ-like, showcasing his heart through our daily choices and interactions. All right. Every single day that you wake up and you put 10 toes to the ground, I want you to sweat yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love you, because there's no love like self-love. And you first have got to love yourself way before you're able to love anybody else. Of course, it is your favorite online motivational speaker, life coach, and evangelist. It's your girl, Street Poet. I absolutely love you guys. Y'all know we do this every single morning from 8:10 a.m. until 9:30, sometimes to 10 o'clock when it gets really good and we have to hang out for a moment. But this is where we are on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram with your girl, Street Poet, and the Chosen Family. Make sure you got all your notes, taking in all of that, man. This right here. This is how we start our day every day, with motivation and inspiration, making sure that everybody is getting just what they need on a regular basis, man. I will be in Jacksonville, Florida. I want y'all to know I'm on my way. If you have not got your ticket, make sure you go and do so. Jacksonville, Florida, I'm on the way. I will be speaking May the 17th at the brunch for mental health awareness, and I will be hosting the award ceremony that's going to be taking place that Sunday, May the 18th. Yeah, they ain't play no games. They got your girl out there. So May 17th, I will be speaking at the mental health brunch, and then May 18th, I will be hosting the award ceremony. So if you guys are in Jacksonville, if you in Miami, if you in Orlando, if you in any of the surrounding areas, make sure you click that barcode that is on those flyers and go ahead and get your ticket so that you can get in the room. If it say that the ticket is closed out, just show up. Just show up, knock on the door and be like, I ain't get to get my ticket. Do you got a seat? Yeah, we're going to find you somewhere. We pull our little fold out. Y'all know I tell people to show up, baby. You don't know until you show up. You know what I mean? Just get on in the room by any means necessary, honey. You see what they did in the Bible. They pulled the doggone the shingles off. They pulled the shingles off the roof and lowered their friend in, baby. Sometimes you sometimes you got to get in the room. You're going to get in the room. That's how I believe. I believe in getting on in the room. I know. That's just me. You never know, right? So Saturday, gonna get in the brunch. I will be speaking at the brunch, and then I will be hosting over at the banquet, at the award ceremony following that. So yes, that's May the 17th and 18th. And then in June, y'all get ready for me. I will be in St. Lucia. I'm going out to St. Lucia in June. And then I will be July the 19th. I will be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm coming to the ATL. Y'all know that's my second home. So July the 19th, I will be in Atlanta, Georgia. I will see you guys out there. So yes, upcoming events. I'm going to be in Jacksonville, Florida. I am going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm going to be in St. Lucia. All right. I'm still working on some other stuff. I know we got other dates that's on that flyer, but it is so hard when God is doing his own thing in my life. Like, I planned dates that I was going to be in different cities, and I have been booked all the way up until that. I got so much other stuff that's happening right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? People that are reaching out to come here, to come there, to do this, to do that, that it's almost impossible for me to get anything else done. Also, y'all, I just want to say this to y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. My heart is overflowing. My November fall retreat is completely sold out. Sold out to the point where I'm going to have to take the staff, the people that's going to be coming to provide a service. I'm going to have to get a hotel to place them in, a hotel that's going to be close by, because we honestly have no more space for anybody else. The cabins are only going to do 20 people per cabin. I don't have any more space to do anything other than that. We got 2 cabins and an event space. That's what we're working with. And to God be the glory, because that's nothing but God. That's God's work right there. I can't even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm, you know, like, I sat in it and I was like, wow, you know, and, yeah, man. Last retreat was amazing, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do with this one. So fall retreat is completely sold out. We got 2 master classes that's going to be taught. We have a very special night that's going to be happening. We have one, and the thing about it is, I even added a day. I added a day to the retreat, but we didn't add no extra fees. And that was my thing. I was like, I want to be able to do things for my people and love on my people and show up with my people, and not have to be that person that's always taking stuff up and having to pay extra this and that or whatever. And I just thank God for it. They asked me when we was at the last one, they said, Coach, we need another day. I needed another day. And I was able to add that extra day for them, of no cost to them, and still be able to give a discount to the people that came to the retreat the first time. I felt so good and so full, because that's not something that they didn't ask me to do that, but I wanted them to know how much I love them and how much I appreciated them taking time off from work and coming out and supporting my first retreat. Some of them coming out and bringing out all type of stuff to make sure that that retreat was a great success. People bought and taught classes and did everything. Neatly came and bought all kind of equipment and sent stuff to Crystal Love to make sure the decorations was in place. Her and Nikki with the word. It was just like, Chef Shirley and all of them hopping in the car, driving miles, hours, with the dishes, the pans, and all of that to get everything to, to Tennessee, to make sure that we had everything that we needed, to make sure that the kitchen was good. It was just like, everybody just did their thing, just did their part. Gigi with the opening, what's her name? Tony came and put together a wonderful presentation as well. It's like all of my people worked together to make it a weekend that was memorable. And just to know, like, I wanted to give them something back and was able to do so. And then to turn right back around and see it was so loud. And then I thought I had beds I ain't even have. How can you talk about you ain't even got that bed? That bed already sold. That's gone already. You don't got no more. It's done. So blessing, man. It is. It's a blessing. And I just want to tell you guys, I love y'all. We locked in for fall. I do got a special guest coming out. It's going to be an amazing experience, and I can't wait to see y'all there. I love you guys, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, but I had to tell y'all that hadn't happened. See y'all soon. I love y'all. I'll see you soon.